Hello guys, welcome to Speedlabs. Today we will understand one of the most important topic in your class 9th, that is inertia. Okay, Newton sir has just given this all the concept of inertia on the basis of Galileo's experiment. Galileo was a scientist and just discovered this the property, that's inherent property of the body which consists something has mass. Understand, which has mass. This properties consist by the body which has mass. Okay, we will understand this property, and this property of the body which having mass is very important to us. We will understand this what actually it is. Okay, so inertia. What is inertia, sir? Okay, so I will just make you understand what is inertia. So basically inertia is the property, inherent property of the body by virtue of which an object cannot change its state of rest or state of motion by itself. We have to apply some force to change its position. Like we have to apply the force. I will just give you the example. See, consider a surface, and let's say I have a car like this. Okay, I'm very bad at making cars, so please don't laugh. Okay, this is the car. Consider this as a car. Okay, this is a car. This is my car. Okay, now consider initially it is at rest. Okay, so the property inertia states that this car will always remain in the state of rest until and unless we applied some external force to change to make this car into the state of motion. Understand? So basically inertia is the property. It is just a property of the body which have mass. Understand? Similarly, if the same car I have taken and let's say this time it is moving with some velocity, let's say v in this direction. So it will always be moving with the same velocity v until and unless we applied some force to stop this car. So what do you mean by inertia? Inertia is the property. It is the property of the body. Understand? It cannot change its state of rest or state of motion by itself. It is the resistance which is caused by the body. Understand? Okay, this is basically the inertia. Understand? Now inertia directly depends on mass. Higher the mass, higher will be the inertia. Okay, you have seen in your practical life, like I have a truck. Let's say I have a truck of certain mass, and on the other hand I have a bicycle. Let's say I have a bicycle. Understand? This is my bicycle. This is my bicycle. This is my bicycle, and this is a bus, or you can consider this as a truck, anything. Now by logic we can say this bus and truck have higher mass. Understand? It is of something like 500 kg and 600 kg, and this bicycle have hardly mass 10 to 15 kg. So if I want consider these two at rest, initially at rest. Now if I want these two things to come into motion, I have to apply force. Understand? So in these particular cases, the truck or the bus required higher magnitude of forces to make this in the position of motion. Why? Because it has higher mass. Its tendency to resist any change is higher. That's what basically inertia means. Higher the mass is, higher the inertia. Very simple. Understand? So basically inertia is the property of body which have mass. Understand? Okay. So there are various types of inertia. Inertia we will study. The first type is basically inertia of rest. It is basically the resistance of the body to change its state of rest. Body is saying I will be always in rest. Just come and make me resist. I will resist, but I will be in state of rest. So basically it is the resistance which is caused by the body to be in the state of rest. This is basically the inertia of rest. Now we have many examples of this. Like this initially this bus. Consider this bus to be at rest initially. Okay, initially all the passengers who are sitting including driver are in rest. Okay, suddenly if this bus comes in a velocity, let's say v in right hand direction. Understand? The passengers who are sitting will just fall backward. Why? Because initially their lower part like legs are in rest, but when this bus suddenly starts and moves with velocity in right hand side, the lower part of the body comes in motion, but upper body like his head and shoulder wants to be in state of rest. So they will resist this change. So they will move backward. This is the property. Understand? This is inertia of rest. Okay. So this is basically, you can see, I have just explained you. This auntie is basically striking this piece of wood to this, you can say chadar, okay, that have many dust particles. So what will happen? When this auntie just strikes this wood to this, you can say carpet, okay, so the dust particles were initially at rest. But when this auntie applied force with the help of this wood, this carpet comes into motion. But the dust particles there wants to be in rest. So they will fall due to gravity in downward direction. Understand? So this is the property of inertia. This is basically inertia of rest means. With the help of this, we can easily clean this carpet. So physics is everywhere. Understand? You just need to understand and check your concept and different phenomena in your nature. Understand? Okay. So basically, I have another example, another type, that is inertia of motion. It is the tendency of the body to continue its motion along a straight line. Now body is saying, I will move, just make me stop. I will not stop by myself. You have to stop me. Body is saying in this property. Understand? So basically inertia of motion, I can just make you with I can make you understand with the help of this example. See, suppose this bus is continuously moving with velocity v in this direction. And suddenly, let's say if this driver applies brakes, then all the passengers will move in forward direction. Why? Because when this driver applies his brake, then the lower part of the body comes into rest. But upper body wants to be in motion because it was the tendency of the passengers to move continuously with the bus. Okay, but lower part comes into rest suddenly. But upper parts wants to be in motion. Hence, we fell in forward direction. This is basically inertia of motion means. Understand? Okay. Now, at last we have seen this example. Okay, the example, a train moving with a uniform speed, and if a ball is thrown upwards inside the train by passenger, then the ball comes back to his hands. This is due to inertia of motion. Understand? Now, we have last type of inertia, that is inertia of direction. See, you all have seated in these types of toys, or you can say cars, in your childhood only. Understand? If someone just takes a sharp move like this, if someone is moving like this, I have just turned my car in right hand direction, then automatically we used to shift here on the left hand side direction because we want to resist that change. Understand? That is the only property I have told you na. Inertia is basically to resist something. Similarly, if I turn my car on the left hand side, then passenger will automatically move on right hand side. So this is the resistance which is caused by the body. Okay, so this is basically the example of passenger experiences a sideways jerk when the bus takes a sudden turn. Understand? Because the bus wants to resist it. Understand? So this is basically inertia means. So inertia is the inherent property of the body by virtue of which it cannot move itself, or it cannot be stopped by itself. We have to apply some force and change its state of rest or state of motion. It is of three types. Understand? Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. So we have seen all the three types, and I hope you understand these all. Okay, so thank you.